Hey guys, how you doing? Haven't done a video in a while, so this is my latest one. Obviously this is my ProMaster 2500 2018 ProMaster van, and I encourage you to look at the videos. I built the van from scratch, did a bunch of videos, tips and tricks on how to build a van video. This one is about the carriers. So I had to build these carriers because I do a lot of art shows and I needed something to carry my art because the cases that I have are just too big. So I'm going to jump right in to how these carriers work. And obviously you need access to the back doors. That's one of the big drawbacks with hitch carriers. So I needed that, so I designed these to both swing out. And they also do a surprise little convenient trick that you can encompass if you want to do something like this, and I'll show you that on the next video. This is going to be a part one and a part two. So this is part one. I'm going to show you how these work, and they swing out. Obviously there's locks on these cases. I have two locks, one in the middle, one on the side. So this video is going to be a little awkward because it's only me as usual. Okay, to swing the cases out, all you got to do, you have a pin in here, and if you want, you can buy a locking pin or whichever you want. So you pull the pin out just like that, or if you don't have a pin, I designed it so you can have one of these locks and you can just slide it in like that and slide it right through there like that, and you can lock it with a lock. So either or, okay? So here's how these work. See, they have a pin in here. This leg looks like this leg. It's retracted, right? So what you do is you would pull this pin here like this. You'd pull it out. The leg drops to the ground. You put the pin in, and then you reach up here, you grab it, and you pull it out, and it rotates all the way out like so, okay? And I'll give you a long shot, and I'll explain these wheels in a minute. Once you do that, you can obviously come and you can open the back door, just like that. And that's the shot of that side. And these are pretty sturdy. This is plywood on top, a ½ inch. You could stand on this if you want, work on the top of the rig. And before I forget, I also, if I encourage you to look at my van videos and my art videos, see, I have a camera mounted up there that I can easily move. So when you're driving, you can always look and aim it at the cases to make sure they're doing okay as you're traveling. I've done a couple of dry runs. These things are pretty steady. They're not hardly moving at all, even though I'm going to get a hitch stabilizer. Now I'm going to explain to you on the next video how the mechanism, how I built so they can swing out. Now to swing out, the one on the left side, like I say, you come up here, you got your pin in, you pull your pin, wheel falls down, you come up here, you stick your pin in. Let me try to line the hole up here, because if you got weight or something like that on your hold a minute, I'll put the pin in. Okay, just like that. You know, the pin is a little adjusted if you have weight, but it's within a ½ inch. Maybe you might have to jiggle it to slide in the pin, but it's not that big of a deal. Then you just reach up here, you can pull this one out, it slides out really easy. Like I said, I'm just using one hand, and you can open it up like that. And then I'll explain what these wheels are here in a minute. If you do build, you got to be aware of the hinges, because see how the hinges kind of articulate out. And now you have access to the full back of the van, even though the door's closed by itself. So that's part of the van there, okay? So there you go. All right, so here's a long shot of the cases, how they're slid out, looking down the side of the van. Gives you plenty of room to get the doors open, take a shower, whatever. If you're at the beach, you can also, there's grids at the bottom of these, or expanded metal. You can get in there, wash off the sand off, and then jump in the van and not bring a bunch of sand in the van. So there's a lot of advantages to having these swing out doors. I'll explain the materials I use. I'll explain the hitch system. It's 2x2 1/8 inch steel. As you can see, I'm on it. There's hardly any flex at all. I probably can't see in the camera. But why did I build? Actually, I built them a little bigger than I originally wanted to. The reason is because, as you guys have, if you looked at my art videos, I carry my art in these rigid cases like this. And just take a quick look at some of the work I've been doing. Sterling silver, copper, brass kind of thing. So these cases are stackable, and they lock, and they have little wheels on them. So if you look in here, you can see they're stacked side by side. So that'll get a whole stack in here, plus a little extra room to carry extra stuff. That's how they're designed, so they can carry these side by side. So that's why the dimensions are the way they are. Of course, you can build them a little bigger, a little smaller. Something like this, great advantage for camping and things like that. And I'm gonna once again show you the mechanism on the second video. So that's about it. Be safe, be well, and I'll show you the little surprise that I did with these carriers. Big advantage over your standard carrier that you buy. And as you know, I got a shop where I work, and I always need extra cases and things like that. And the big advantage to these serve a dual purpose. They're not just carriers, and I'll explain that on the next video. I'll take this one off and show you how it works. So be safe, be well, and I will see you on the next one.